How'd you learn that lesson where it's all reliant on you?
Reading books. I read a lot of books.
Do you have any recommendations?
I think the first book I ever read was The Magic of Thinking Big. I love that book. So I read that book and I read it out of principle for someone else as like a favor, out of respect, because when I was younger, I got caught up and people was like, do Amway, you're going to be rich. I'm like, I'm going to be rich. So in my mind, I'm going to be a multimillionaire at like 19. So I read the book. I stopped doing that stuff. It didn't work. I didn't like it. And 2 years goes by and I see somebody I hadn't seen in a long time. And they're like, dude, you've changed. You're always in a good mood. Like, you have changed. And then I started thinking about that book. And it was all the things in that book that I picked up. What makes people rich? And it said real estate. And it came up with a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. So I got that book and read it. And it's like my whole mind just blew up and exploded. I was like, this is completely different from everything I've ever known when it comes to money. So I read that book, and then I attended one of his little weekend seminars that was $500, which I had to put on a credit card because I didn't have $500. I remember I went there, and then it was like Trump University. It was a bunch of crap, and they tried to upsell you and take your money. But they had everybody call their credit card company up their limits, right? I think I got like nothing. He was like, no, my stuff was already maxed out. He's like, nothing. Use your credit cards, the limits, you just got all this money. And I was like, I don't have it. They said, tell you what, you get this software that's $1,000, and we'll give you this free board game called Castle 101, and that way you can do something later. $1,500 what I really paid.
Oh my.
But that was one of the best investments I ever made in my life. You play that game, and it's not I hate saying it's a game, because when you play it, it feels like real money. So that board game to me, you play that 12 times is better than a master's degree.